What? You just kind of outplayed me, bro. Oh my god, you weirdo. Did we take a 10-minute break here or what?
Not yet.
How long have you been playing? You're so good. You're so good.
Just have the router in your room.
You think?
Yeah.
Will it make me take walls better or no?
Yeah.
Cause I have an Ethernet.
Yeah, definitely would.
What do you mean? There's no difference. It's connected. What? And no, it wouldn't. Yeah, my mom said no, it wouldn't. Sax, we should play some duels, bro. I should play duels with my mods.
Bro, now you're just ear raping.
Am I actually ear raping?
Yes.
How?
Like, it sounds like Bass Biscuit.
Really?
Yeah.
How? It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Like, talk lower.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, that's way better.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, that's
Yo,
so
what's
much
up?
better.
I have 48 points and most of them were me getting kills alone. Damn your ass. Can you hear me good, Zax? You should help me with the audio, Zax. No, low key, you should help me with the audio, Zax. Of the streaming. Like, you should help me set up all the audios, okay, Zax?
No way my shot didn't, like, jump up off.
You're throwing.
My goes back.
I need to get a boomer. Your mic is loud? Alright, how about now? Is this better? Is this better? Okay, this is better. Yeah, pickaxe me.
Controller.
You're so bad. How'd you miss?
I missed like a controller, please.
How did you miss, bro?
Because I'm controlling.
Where's my sound? Where's my music? Are you not going in the queue? Wait, are we ready?
I smell like beef.
Do you want to play scrims today?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's play scrims after the tournament.
Oh, I missed. Like I don't know how much I suck.
No, I couldn't build.
At 3:10 we'll go play.
I do be getting shit on though. No cap. Chat, can you guys hear the music fine? My PP is huge? Yo, thanks, bro. I know your PP is huge, bro.
Yeah, consider switching to controller. Bot.
What up, QT Nick? Yo, I have you on my friends list and I saw you had a blow up. Okay, buddy. I've known you since World Cup when you killed Tifu. Nice, man.
When you killed Sifu.
Do you play with your mouse plugged in? And also, do you ever think about getting a new mouse? I got a Glorious Model O.
Ooh, okay. Like,
I got a Glorious Model O minus.
And Jeff, how big are your hands?
No way, Jose.
Receive 13,500 V-Bucks and buy any skin you want. Just take a quick survey and follow.
Hey guys, so for this video, I wanted to talk about the main reasons you cannot seem to get better. This is a topic I've touched upon a few times in the past, but it's one I've never really gotten too personal with. And what I mean by that is in my other videos, why you're not improving, I basically laid out different ways to improve your mechanics and game sense. That's pretty helpful to a lot of people, but at this point, you've already heard it enough. What you're more concerned about are the in-game factors holding you back that you just can't solve by doing an edit course or an aim training map. These are things like your setup, your ping, how long you're allowed to play the game each and every day, basically anything you feel is out of your control that prevents you from reaching the next level. So with the topic of the video in mind, let's start with the first thing stopping your improvement: being inconsistent. Consistency in Fortnite is one of, if not the best attribute you can have as a player. When your aim is consistent, you'll hit more shots and do more damage. When your editing is consistent, you'll be able to make more outplays. And when your placements in tournaments are consistent, you'll become the next FaZe Mongraal. But what about the opposite of that? Being inconsistent. This is when some days you play like an absolute beast, and other days you play like a complete bot. You don't know how or why it happens, all you know is that it does, and you feel like you can't do anything about it. Well, the one good thing about being inconsistent is that you've already proven to yourself how good you can be. People tend to forget there are some players out there that are consistently bad. Maybe they don't play a lot, or maybe they don't even care to get better. The point is, they're consistently not good, while many of you guys are inconsistently good. You already have the skill set you need to be a top tier player, you just struggle with showing it on a daily basis. Now, there are a ton of different reasons why you aren't consistent. If I tried to cover them all, this video would be 3 hours long at least. What I will do though is talk about the most helpful tricks I picked up on how to perform better more consistently. One is to make sure you warm up every single time you get online. I don't care if you're just playing public matches or some team rumble with your friends. In order to be more consistent, you have to warm up. Warming up will not only prepare you for actual matches, but it will also help you build muscle memory that you'll retain down the line. That means from warming up alone, you'll perform better in the Cash Cup today and the Cash Cup next week. As for specific warm-ups, I recommend watching my recent video on the best warm-up for console and PC. Somehow it has over 1 million views in a month, which I guess means a lot of you do warm up. For those of you that don't though, make sure you start ASAP. Next tip to become more consistent is to make sure you're sleeping enough at night and eating a well-balanced diet. I know that may sound stupid because this is a Fortnite video and I look like a zombie in most of my face cam videos, but trust me when I say this tip works. When you don't sleep enough at night, you're limiting how focused you'll be when you play and how fast your reaction time will be in game. I remember one night I was up till 5 AM trying to get background gameplay, and I think I got like a total of 4 hours of sleep. Then when the next day rolled around and I went to play some arena, I got absolutely dumped on. I was missing easy shots, I was making stupid decisions I never would, and it was all because I was tired. The other aspect of this tip that applies to my brother is eating a well-balanced diet. The healthier you eat, the more energy you'll have to grind Fortnite, and the better you'll feel about yourself overall. This translates to being more confident in game, which will only make you perform at a higher level more often. Lastly, the final tip to be more consistent is to make sure you take a break or get offline anytime you start to tilt. Tilting, as you guys probably know, is one of the main reasons you are not consistent. You'll be in a great mood, playing well, when all of a sudden you die to some BS and start raging. That rage turns into more anger when you die again, and before you know it, you can't get a kill to save your life. Definitely watch my mentality video if this sounds like something you go through a lot. I give some advice on how to stop tilting before it happens and ways to prevent prevent it from coming up. However, once you already start to tilt, the best thing you can do is just stop playing. That could be for the rest of the day or for 10 minutes while you walk around and reset your mind. Whatever you decide to do though, it has to be away from the game. So keep that along with the other tips I mentioned in mind for the next time you start to tilt, and you'll find yourself becoming a much more consistent player over time. Moving on, the next thing holding you back from improving is how long you're allowed to play the game. I'm not sure if this is as much of an issue as it was before we were all quarantined, but back when we weren't, I was asked about this almost every single day. You guys wanted to know how to convince your parents to play more often, as well as how to get them to support your goals. Now, while I'm not a pro player by any means, I do have a lot of friends that are, plus I'm a full-time content creator, which is something my parents originally did not like. The initial thing you gotta do, regardless of your specific goals, is show your parents you have the potential to succeed. That means if you want to be a pro player, show them how much money you've won or how close you are to placing in the money. On top of that, show them that you can balance being a competitive player and school by keeping your grades up. I've seen way too many comments on my videos, especially the one I just made on the youngest pro Fortnite player, where people say they can't make it to the next level because they're still in school. Newsflash, so are most top tier pros. 100 Thieves Arkham, NRG Epic Whale, TSM Kanata, all of these guys go to school full time just like you and are still signed pro players. The big difference is that they know how to manage their time better and get in more efficient practice. The other thing you have to do is learn how to improve while not actually playing the game. Let's say you have amazing grades in school, you never get in trouble, yet you're still not allowed to grind the game as much as you want to. In that case, you have to grind out things like VOD reviews or tips and tricks videos or even just random streams. If you've ever wondered how I seem to know so much about the game, well, this is why. I don't play Fortnite for 8 hours a day. Most of the time, I only play for an hour or two at most. When it comes to watching Fortnite though, that's a whole different story. I watch players like Benji Fishy and Mongrel play solo cash cups, I watch Balla TW and Speedy Gonzalez VOD reviews, and I study every tip or trick video I can get my hands on. I'm always learning and getting better even while I don't actually play the game that much. So if time is the biggest factor working against you, be aware you don't need to drop out of school or play 20 hours a day to make it big. Second to last reason you're not improving, as Young Calc puts it, is you don't accept that you're bad at the game. Obviously, Calc is being a little bit of a troll here, but I think he's actually right in that you're not as good as you think. A huge amount of people I see on Twitter or in Twitch chat truly do believe they're better than they actually are. These are the clown boys who call pro players bad or bring up other people's earnings as a roast. These are also many of you guys that think you're better than established competitors and or content creators. The problem with this is not that you're too confident, because that's oftentimes a good thing. Rather, it's that you don't think you can improve that much more from your current skill level. You feel like your mechanics and your game sense have improved so much that you've already hit a skill cap. Skill caps and skill ceilings do not exist in Fortnite. No matter how good you get, you can and will always be able to improve at one aspect of the game. For example, if you watched Raider464 a few months ago, you most likely would have thought he hit a skill cap in terms of editing. No way could he edit any faster, right? Wrong. Raider's edits have gotten even quicker and his crosshair placement has gotten even better. And when you think about it, that's what makes Fortnite so insanely addicting. There's always more things to learn and different facets of your game you can work on. So if you or someone you know doesn't share this attitude, then let them know it is holding them back.
But Jarian, what if my ping or my FPS is what's holding me back?
I'm not gonna lie, those are pretty legitimate reasons to not be improving. Not that you should let either of those things hold you back, but they will definitely make it harder for you to improve. How can you do it? Well, for playing on high ping and or low FPS, you have to change around your playstyle. The only reason pros like Clix can W key as hard as they do is their ping. There's no chance you would ever see Clix trying to take a wall on anything higher than 40 or 50 ping. That's just not feasible. What he'd have to do instead is start to play more passive, make smarter decisions, and rely more on his aim over his building or editing. On top of that, if he did want a W key, he would have to watch players like Nanolite or Kiriachi who consistently place highly on high ping. Let me make it clear, I don't advise you to straight up copy their play styles, but you should definitely take away different tricks you can add to your own. And yes, I know I'm making all of this sound way easier than it actually is. What makes it worse is that I usually get anywhere from 0 to 30 ping and average more than 200 FPS in game. I am extremely lucky in Fortnite terms and I know it. However, I do not want you guys to think you'll always be constrained by your ping or your setup. Thinking that is just as bad as blaming your death on aim assist, RNG, or luck, because you will never learn from it and it will always hold you back. So please do not let any of these things you quite literally cannot change define you. Anyone, and I truly do mean anyone, can make it if they grind hard enough and are smart in how they approach their improvement. Overall guys, those are the biggest reasons you're not improving at Fortnite Season 2 and how you can fix them. Remember to warm up, get enough sleep, and eat well-balanced meals in order to become more consistent. Second, do your best to become a student of the game and show your parents your results in order to be able to play more. Third, stop thinking you've already hit a skill cap in order to take your gameplay to the next level. And finally, do not let your ping, FPS, or anything else you cannot change stop you from getting better. So if you enjoyed the video or you learned something new, do be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and to turn on post notifications. Shout out to everyone you to play more. Third, stop thinking you've already hit a skill cap in order to take your gameplay to the next level. And finally, do not let your ping,